Oh, yay.
Dawn.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Dawn. Thanks
Hi,
for joining
Dawn.
us.
Hi.
I know. Thank you. Yay.
You're welcome.
So I'm wondering too if people are like apprehensive. So that's another thing about, getting on these kinds of live events. So we know, Dawn, that you're not.
No, I joined because I like hanging out with you ladies.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
that so
Yeah.
much.
Well,
Well,
and we're gonna
and I love
probably pick your
this.
brain a little bit because we were just talking
Yeah.
about how we're curious how members are navigating the app.
I'm letting somebody else in. SML.Q8 Consulting. I don't know who that is. I guess we'll see in a minute who that is. Hi, new person who joined us. All we can see is SMS.QA Consulting.
Sorry, that's me, Susan.
Okay, Susan.
Oh, Smith.
Yep.
Okay, good.
I have
Can
to
you turn
change
on-
that email.
Can you turn on your camera? Would you? turn it
No,
on?
I haven't even showered from seeing you this morning.
What? You're in the Enlightened Network. You think we care?
That's actually a rule, Susan, that you
Yes.
don't shower and you show
Don't
up.
Oh,
shower
no.
first.
All right, fine.
There you are.
There
How
you
would
go.
we know?
You're
How would
perfect.
we know if you showered or not?
I know, right?
Nobody would know. Thank you for joining.
Of course.
So
You are
Barbara,
on
do
with
you
the
want to
collaborators?
talk
Is it
a
you're on?
little bit? Talk a little bit about what your idea was around hosting this event.
Oh, yeah, sure. I was just thinking that as we were getting newer people, or even the members that we already had, that it would be kind of neat for you all to understand or know who we are and why we're sharing our experiences of our life, how we got here, and allow you to ask any burning questions that might have popped up live to make it more, intimate and just more, I think. I could leave it at that. And so I shared with the other collaborators, what do you guys think about doing that? And obviously they thought it was a good idea because here we are.
We're all here.
We're all here.
I think that
so
it's
maybe,
a great, yeah.
Yeah, maybe the collaborators other than me, because Dawn and Susan know who I am, but they may not know any of the others. So maybe, like I'm looking, Mary Beth, you're my first Brady Bunch kid in my box. So maybe you go first. And then next is Jennifer, then Nicole, then Jennifer, then Shauna, then Crystal, if that's okay with everybody.
Sure.
Jennifer's frozen for now.
So we have Dawn and Susan who are actually members, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm new to the collaborative. My name is Mary Beth Murphy, and I am in the Your Unstoppable Dream room. And it's sort of starting to just come together. It's a curriculum based on creativity, energy, frequency, releasing victim mindset, and finding a new way to sort of be in the world with the understanding that we're all in recovery from something, whether it be people pleasing, codependency, substances, behaviors like doom scrolling or shopping or gambling or all the things. So it's a program that's based on we have the 6 spheres of wellness. So it's love, compassion, courage, alignment, gratitude, and presence. So with those 6 spheres, you can kind of shape shift or remove yourself from the icky stick of feeling stuck in a victim consciousness and sort of being liberated through those 6 spheres of wellness. So I'm excited to get that up and running. And my intention is to have a weekly call to explore each sphere individually and have eventually like a 7-month program to go over each one and really dive deep into each one for the month. And it's sort of content that is, I want to say it's a marriage between the masculine and feminine, because I feel like we've been so conditioned of having structure, like the way we were taught in schools. But this program is a lot more feminine and flowy, and a lot less rigid, and a lot less, you know, you need to do this assignment and it has to be in this order. Like, it's not like that at all. So I love the idea of like creativity and flowing in and out. It's sort of releasing all of the old paradigms of the way we learn things, but at the same time, there's still that structure. The Metatron's cube, I like to think of it as like a soft divine masculine structure to hold us as we go through the feminine aspects of recovery. So that's sort of what I'm bringing. I'm also really into nervous system regulation with acupressure, EFT, trauma-informed yoga, and Reiki. And my other big love is systemic family constellation work, working in the quantum field. So that's going to be brewing as well. And I'll just sort of see how it all unfolds. But I would love any feedback about any of these things. And you guys can reach out to me through the platform. I'm really excited to be in this grassroots energy. It's just really something I've been longing for. And I'm just so happy that I'm here. Just very grateful.
Yay. So I think I was next, right, Barbara?
Yeah, thank you, Mary Beth. And we're happy to have you here.
Definitely.
Jennifer,
I can't
go.
wait to see
I
what
know.
you put up there. Susan, since I have a question for you actually. Since you joined pretty recently, I'm just curious how your actual process was with joining and navigating the app. Like if you have any questions around that, or if it was pretty smooth, or what you would have liked to see, or what you would like to see. That's like my curiosity. That's why I was hoping that we'd have some members join today. So if you don't mind sharing some of that. And you're on mute, just so you know.
Yeah, so I found it pretty easy to join, but what I was kind of struggling with is the organization of it, the structure. And Mary Beth, I know you say that, you know, it's not really structured, but I'm a very black and white quality minded person. I need to understand the structure, how everything feeds into each other. So the Enlightened Network in my mind is like the parent company, and the children are the subsidiaries, are all these collaborators, and each collaborator has something special that they're bringing to this network. And you can kind of, like you said, Mary Beth, just flow in and out of any room that you are needing in that particular time in your life. So that's the way I understand it. But the Enlightened Network, I guess, I don't know the difference between the Enlightened Network and the living room, or how they interact.
Right.
Well,
So
yeah, so it's,
it started as the living room, and then we changed the name to the Enlightened.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay. And so some of the things that, if it ever, like the Enlightened Network is, our goal is to be more global, right? And then the living room is kind of at the studio. So we'll have people that are local and want to join anything locally. It will be in that space. But we did originally start with our name as the living room. And then the
Okay.
more that we kind of thought about it, it didn't really make sense with what we were doing. And I think when we changed to the Enlightened Network, it embodied what it was that we were offering a lot more. So you can just kind of throw away the living room. And so
I
just
got
the
you.
Enlightened Network is now the house, right? This is what houses the rooms, the collaborators, and whatnot. So
Okay. And
yeah,
that's a good analogy too, is looking at it as a house. So the house is the Enlightened Network, and each room is a collaborator, and they bring
yeah,
something special to that room.
yep,
Okay,
exactly.
got it.
Yep.
Good. Yeah, I just had to get it clear in my head. But it
But
was
as
very
far as
easy to
like
sign up.
good. And then as far as being in the app, like it's clear to see like the rooms on the sidebar, and going in and out of those rooms is
Yep,
easy.
I was doing that this morning, and it was very easy to navigate. and very easy to understand what each room was about and whether or not I felt like I needed to spend some time there today, or if it's something I might want to explore a little more later.
Awesome. Yep. That's great.
Yeah.
All
Can
right.
I
Well,
ask, can I ask something though, Jen,
yeah.
about that? Um, Susan, were you on your computer or on the app on your phone?
I started on the computer and then I think it suggested that I download the app on my phone. And when I did that, that was also very easy.
Yeah, see, I find the app really a struggle, actually.
Ah,
I have a lot of
Okay.
trouble with the app because if I'm in a room, I have to actually go back to the home. I never see the bar on this. I don't know if it's just my phone or the way,
that's a good point.
because I have an Android or something. It's just, I don't know, Jen, that was one thing I was going to bring up, and I do have to drop at 5 up because I have an actual work meeting.
Okay. Well, I want
But
just to look.
but
I'm
anyway,
gonna
that was
open
just
up-
one thing I struggle with is when I'm on the actual, my phone on the app, navigating back and forth through things seems to be a little more cumbersome than when I'm on my computer.
Really? So you don't have like I have an Apple phone. And so for me, I'm able to just navigate with arrows. Like if I click on a room, then I'm able to look at whatever I want to look at, and then I click the arrow back, and then I can see all the rooms again. So you're saying that on an
Like I was in Barbara's room for the meeting. I just went back. Now I'm in with the back arrow. I'm in Soul Resources. So I'd have to go home to see. I have to go home to see all of the rooms. It's just a
Interesting.
little, it's whatever. I've figured it out, but I don't know if it's something you can even change.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
anything that we can change. I think it
Yeah,
probably depends on the make and model of your
maybe
phone.
it must be. Yeah, it
Yeah.
must be.
And
Yeah.
Whether it's
and
iOS.
the app is called Mighty
Yes.
on my phone. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then when I click on Mighty, it automatically brings me to the Enlightened
to the
Network.
Enlightened Network. right?
Exactly, right. So
And Jennifer, I have the same visual user experience as you, Jennifer. When I go into, say, your room, I can see
Yep.
what I want, but up top screen, there's a left arrow. When I
Yeah.
press that, then I'm back, I'm home. And then all the
Yeah,
rooms are
I
there
don't,
on the
mine
left.
doesn't go home. I go back to any other. Sometimes I'm in all different rooms.
And you
I
have,
don't know why.
you have an Android or
Yeah, I
not?
do have an Android,
An
so that might be
Android.
it.
I
Yeah,
have
so
an
I-
Android too, and I would suggest uninstalling it and then reinstalling it and starting fresh and see if it
All right, I'll
corrects
So
try
itself.
that.
your visual is the same as ours, Susan, on your Android?
On my Android, yes, if I click the
Okay.
home button, all of the rooms are listed and I can click on each one and then just go back home and click on another one if I feel like going into another room.
awesome. Jen, is it the same for you? Because I think that you have an Android.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have an Android, and I do find that the app on the Android is a little bit cumbersome, but I think that is most apps are designed for iPhones anyway.
Yeah, the world is.
Yeah,
It's a
Well, I
personal
think
problem.
that the
yeah,
beauty of
exactly.
this is that we can access it on a computer as well, which is kind of nice when you're
Yeah.
actually, engaging with something for a longer period of time, or you're going live with something, then, that ability to have both on the phone and on the computer, I think is really
Yeah.
nice.
I think that I use the app mostly when I get notifications, and I'll click on that. It'll bring me to that, whoever posted the whatever they posted, and then I can read through that. But if I'm actually doing my own navigating through, I'm always on my computer because it's easier for me. So just maybe that helps someone.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, no, I
that's
think it's
great.
good. Information
Yeah.
is good, for sure.
Susan, did you have any questions? I know we asked you some, but did you have any of us? I'm just keeping an eye on the time. We want to make
Yeah.
sure the other collaborators have the opportunity to introduce themselves in their rooms.
Yeah, no, I think I'm okay. I really needed to picture that in my head. Now I really love the analogy of the house with the different rooms. So
Oh, I love
I'm
that.
good. I'm good.
Woohoo. And then
That's
just
great.
about my room quickly, it's that my room is Burn Karma, and it has different modalities based on my own life and the things that I'm working on and creating. So my room is more about inspiring creativity with anybody that enters there. And again, kind of like everyone else, I'm evolving in there and what it is that I want to share. And so, yeah, that's really what what I want to stay focused on is sharing what is inspiring me in the hopes that it will inspire others to connect with and tap into their creativity. So, yeah.
Great.
Awesome.
Okay.
Jennifer M., while we're on the Jennifers, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Jennifer M. My room is the archetypal alchemy, which everyone struggles saying. It's okay, but it's about archetypes, and an archetype is essentially a characteristic. So different archetypes are like the hero, the lover, the fighter, the spellbreaker, the magician, and it's different ways that we understand people and the events and the things that happen around us. And so I have just fallen absolutely in love with Dr. Clarissa Estes and Women Who Run with the Wolves and Wisdom of the Crone. And for a long time, I've just been kind of absorbing that myself. And then this came about. And now I have a place to talk about things that I like. So my room has a space kind of dedicated to Carl Jung, and it's called Young at Heart. And Carl Jung was the one who he didn't come up with, but he was one of the first people to really research and discuss the concept of archetypes. And then I have another room called Her Story, which is where I talk a lot about the stories that Dr. Estes presents. And she's a Jungian psychologist or psychologist. I have another room called Mythic Movement, where I'll offer some of my yoga and meditations, or I'll find things that I'll post there. And then I have Crone's Corner. I don't know why I always save that for last, but Crone's Corner is a place for just us women to come together and share different things about aging, which we're all doing. There's no such thing as anti-aging. We can be resilient in our aging. One of my friends always says that. And then on my feed, I just post stuff about my newest adventure in running.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shauna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Shauna. I host two rooms now. The first one is the Self-Love Society, and that is a space for any human being who identifies as female, who has heard the call, who has the desire to learn how to love herself a little bit more each day, and what that means to yourself as an individual, because it's different for every single woman, what that looks like, how that idea of loving yourself more shows up in your life. Tomorrow, I will be completing a 12-week introductory series called The Stepping Stones, which for the past 12 weeks, I've been live on Zoom, meeting with women, discussing different topics that my hope is these women are doing it, that are using to develop or cultivate or foster personal practices, daily personal practices that help them love themselves more. So that is evolving and shifting, as I think many of us have been evolving and shifting. And I just launched last week a room called Stardust. And this room is for people who identify as light workers and star seeds, people who identify with their galactic lineage. This is something that's very new for me. Women, let me rephrase that. It's very outside of my comfort zone. It is something that I feel is truth within me that I've been wanting to bring outward. And this has been the perfect opportunity for me to start that. And it's evolving as I evolve in my own personal practices. And I am very grateful that you are both here. And I'd like to welcome every other member who has joined, who is watching this replay.
Thank you, Shauna. I'm super excited about your new room. I was so happy to see that. So thank you for offering it. Nicole, it looks like you're at work, so maybe I could have had you go first, but we'll just have you go now in case you get called off your desk. You got to go to the floor.
I am not at work. I am just coming off of my shift.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes, it's been a long morning. I got there at 3 a.m. this morning, so just getting home. So, my name is Nicole. my space is Mat to Mind. And well, I think the common thread is the word evolving. And that's exactly what the purpose of Mat to Mind really is. It's really about my evolving practices and sharing all of the things that I am learning. And many of the things that I recognized are that we have been given many opportunities to read many different books, which we read perhaps maybe the first time just to manage to get through it. And then I realized that I really wanted to build relationships with the things that I was learning. So that's really the where the evolution of Mat to Mind is going, is how we can live on and off our mat with the things that we have learned through with yoga. And so currently I am working through the 7 spiritual laws of yoga, and developing just a deeper relationship with each law. And within my space, I give opportunities where I have my actual aha moments of that, when I recognize the things that I've learned and actually putting them into practice on and off the mat. So I'm very eager to see where Mat to Mind continues to go and what that will look like. But I, too, am incredibly grateful for both of you for joining, as well as all the other members. It's been an amazing week of new names and faces. So looking forward to seeing how this all goes about. That's it. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. And it's Mat, the number 2 mind. Yes, Mat 2 mind. Crystal, last but definitely not least.
Hello, I am Crystal, and I'm one of the collaborators, and my room is called The Wolf Den. And I have been on a little bit of a healing journey of self-discovery, and really trying to find purpose. So I've been exploring the Heart Sutra, and sharing in what that practice and that exploration has brought to me. And yeah, just trying to learn and become through the process of sharing with everyone. It's obviously not the easiest for me, so I'm trying to lean into it with a little bit of grace and know that a lot of people in the world are in this and are looking for this. So thank you for being here and being a witness to my transformation. Oh. Thank you.
I'm crying with you.
I do it a lot.
And it's been a beautiful transformation to watch and be a part of. And I know we're all looking forward to experiencing more right along with you and learning from you. Well, you learned from us. It's beautiful. You're all so amazing. It's a beautiful community. And to those who might listen as a replay who couldn't make it, we'll do another one and we'll make it at a different time, maybe not in the middle of the day, maybe not after bedtime. We'll find some time that may work for more people and see how we can grow this community and facilitate and grow engagement and get some feedback. Is this what you were thinking? Is this what you are looking for? How can we shift if we need to? And so for those, and again, if you didn't make it, it doesn't mean you can't still submit a question, because you could, and we could answer it.
Yeah,
So
because
that's,
on YouTube and social media. So if you are watching this and you haven't joined, right, and you are feeling like, you're spending time on social media, but you're feeling this disconnect, right? Bye, Dawn. It's okay. You feel like maybe, you're just searching for more. You want more meaning. You want to live with more purpose. You just feel drawn to more of the wisdom teachings, or maybe you don't even know what it's called yet. The Enlightened Network, that fulfills that need, right? Of the deeper exploration being able to navigate through an online community and space that obviously is self-paced, there's self-navigation, where you can engage meaningfully. I mean, that's really, really important. Where you leave when you decide to shut it off, you're bringing this with you. You're bringing that purpose, you're bringing that meaning with you instead of feeling empty like we do so often when we shut social media off and we're like, oh, we feel itchy because we're like, what the heck are we doing? So the Enlightened Network, it's not necessarily, yeah, it's to replace social media, but it's not social media because it's it's experiential, it's engaging, it's meaningful. There's so much authenticity, bringing these collaborators together, knowing that each one of us is sharing from such a deep place, not claiming to be an authority on anything, but just journeying through life and opening this space to journey with other people that have that same like-minded sense. So it's really, really for every seeker, and we're just so happy for all the people that are members and all the future members. And it just is, I think it's for everyone.
Exciting.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, you mentioned the word authentic, and I think that's one of my favorite parts about our collaborators. Crystal may just bust out crying, right? Likely will, but that's okay because a lot of us do. Susan was crying along with her. I have these little this is now moments where actually I'm going to post one from this morning where I was very vulnerable about thinking about numbers for my Tuesday morning class and they don't seem to be there. And what am I doing wrong? And then realizing I'm not doing anything wrong. It's not me, it's them, right? It's whatever resonates, etc. And so I love our authenticity. I love being able to be real and raw and make mistakes and learn and evolve side by side. And so I am just blessed to be in such amazing company with these other collaborators and the members that are finding their way to us.
Yeah.
And Susan, can I share what you posted this morning about what really struck you when you joined? Is that okay?
Yep, absolutely.
So Susan reworded in caps what stood out to her. The Enlightened Network is different because we only want you to comment or share when it feels really authentic for you. An opportunity to go within and check in. We don't share because we care about who will like it or what anyone will think. And Susan says, this bullet hit me because I'm listening to Mel Robbins right now, and she's interviewing Dr. Todd Rose about his book, Collective Illusions, about making authentic choices and not buying into conforming to what we think our group wants us to think. And it's a good listen. So thanks for sharing that you were listening to that, but also that it resonated with you for the reason we're hoping it resonates with you.
Mm.
Thank you for letting me share that. And I know Jennifer replied, we love the synchronicity of that. And that was like 6 o'clock this morning. So some of us are early birds. Yes, Shauna, please.
I think she was raising her hand about the
early bird.
Oh,
That's why I was
yes.
raising my hand.
Oh, good. Yes.
And I do.
I was going to make a suggestion when you talk about maybe we'll do this at a different time or a different day or whatever. I just recently, and you're probably all familiar with it, but I just recently used SurveyMonkey for my family Christmas party. I gave them the options of 2 days and 2 times. And so it was very easy. The data was very clear which day and time won. So anyway, it
Great
worked.
idea.
Yeah, it worked for me.
Yep.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate that thought.
And then before we close, I want to just kind of piggyback on something that you said, Barbara, about the mindset. I think that we all share is like what you mentioned, you shared this morning, right? About the numbers. And of course, we all have those kinds of thoughts to varying degrees, right? Every day. And I love that the Enlightened Network, each of us, we do this in all different ways, but we self-analyze in a way where we are our own scientists. We say, okay, well, I'm having this thought. So now what can I do, right? We look at choice versus swimming in kind of what you were talking about, Susan, with what you're reading, right? Conforming to the regular ways of life where we just get stuck in a negative pattern of thinking and think that there's no way out, right? And it's not to say we're always going to have positive thoughts or anything like that, but just having the awareness that we can discover and get curious with ourselves as we navigate these different things that come up, right? And I think that that's part of the like-mindedness, right, with the enlightened network, is that it's not gossiping, it's not getting stuck in that, we're not swimming in some pool of I can't get out. Like, there's always a way, there's always a solution, right? And it's through these practices, I think, that we all share. So thanks for bringing that up, Barbara.
Yeah, well, and I think too, it's, we're not trying to be perfect or present ourselves as experts. We're sharing our life's experiences, and they resonate or they don't. Like, I'm not a licensed anything. I'm a certified yoga teacher, but beyond that, I have a credential of life, my life credentials, right? Lots of experience. And so I love that. I love that about us too, that we're just real people. And I think I believe that's why members will join and stay with us, because we're relatable. Like, I kid in my yoga classes, I don't know why you keep coming back, because I'm always messing up left and right, and forget this, and I don't know why my employers haven't fired me. I'm kind of kidding. And it's because I'm just me, just busy being me, trying to teach a yoga class as an imperfect person. And I feel like that's the same that we're doing here. Perfectly imperfect in our life's experiences, and courageous enough to share it, to put ourselves out there. And I love the people are loving it. So thanks for elaborating on that too. Any other collaborators want to add to anything, since we're over 1 o'clock? I'm not a great timekeeper. We need Shauna. She got to have that bell. All good, Jennifer?
Thanks. Yeah, no, we're good. Yeah, thanks.
Amazing. Thank you, Susan.
Oh, thank
And
you.
those who will listen.
I'm really glad that I was able to jump on. It's a great group, and I really appreciate all the work that you guys are doing, trying to bring all of that great stuff right to us.
No.
Thank you. And I got to see you twice today.
Yeah.
So my bonus day.
Right back at you.
Thank you. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Talk or see you soon.
Okay, bye.